Super Bowl 59.
Dude, it gave me goosebumps watching it.
Rivian pulled up to the stadium with the snow tires on, the tinted windows. Many men came on, and it was just a murder.
This guy wins. Look at his record. Look at his stats. Thank God he's a Philadelphia Eagle.
You can mark this down. I think the Eagles are hosting the NFC Championship game.
I don't care how it looks at this point, as long as it's a win.
Vaughn came up with
Well, Vaughn.
that guy's playing at an all-pro level.
I mean, you could have heard that from a mile, dude. That stadium was loud.
Let's get scratching.
Lock in, Bruce. It's another Speaking Birds. What is up, my Bruce? My bird Bruce. We are back. It's another Speaking Birds. It's your boy, Speaks. Man, we got, riding solo dolo again today for this pregame Podarooski one time. That's all right. Hopefully we get the boys back for that postgame victory pod. Get in victory formation and let it rip. Man, it's putting this out on a Saturday, recording on a Saturday. Man, the vibes are rocking. Vibes are rocking. Got up, man. Put some miles on the Strava app. You know, you gotta earn it on the weekends. Can't just fly into the weekends thinking everything's given to you. You know what I mean? You gotta get out there and earn it. Gotta earn it. Here's some news that is exciting for me. I feel like the exciting mics. We're gonna start the episode with what's exciting for you. No, but this is exciting and it's food related. So one thing I've been on record with, and I've been pretty vocal about here in the past, is that, you know, in California, there's no variety of chip, potato chip. Like there's just, I mean, there's a ton of variety, but there's no, you know, like for example, Central Pennsylvania in general, great chip variety. I mean, I would say unmatched in the chip game. Pennsylvania is. You know, let's even think about it. You got Martin's, Hers, Utz, Middlesworth should be at the top. Middlesworth. I mean, all these homegrown products. It's a lot. It's a variety. It's also overwhelming. You know, you almost got to pick your lane and ride with it. You know, I would say. I mean, I still have to be like, you know, I'm a Middlesworth guy. That's just, it is what it is. Middlesworth can't knock it. It's the tried and true. However, it's been a minute since I've dove into some Middlesworth. I usually go, love me a good Hers. Martin's had a phase there for a little bit. The Martin's barbecue definitely had a phase there. Yeah, you know, I'd give it to Hers, give it to Utz. But that brings me to this news. At the local grocery store, just wandering around. No, I was there shopping, but I was also just walking around. That's what you do. You walk around in a grocery store, you know? And so I turned the corner. And what do I see? Are just some Utz chips. Now, they didn't have a ton of variety, but here's what they had. So they had it on like a side display, just ever so hidden. They had the like original plain, like the red bag, you know what I'm talking about. And then they had the honey barbecue, which I can get down with some honey barbecue. And I did. But so I'm thinking about, because I've seen this before. The one time I was at a store, I forget which store it was, but I turned the corner and just like, you know, it's just one of those precious things in life. You don't expect it. You know, you don't plan for this sort of thing, right? It happens. You're never prepared for it. Turn the corner. What do I see? It was shining. The light was beaming off of the plastic bag, and I just lit up. Immediately went to it, and I ran up to it, and I looked around, like, okay, is there anyone? Am I gonna have to fight for these? There was no one around. There was plenty. So I grabbed like 4 or 5 bags, because that's what you got to do. Because here's the thing. Like I said, I went to a store the one time, and I think what happens is sometimes a shipment gets lost or like sent to the wrong, like, you know, a pallet gets sent to the wrong place. And I think that's what happened at this one store, because never saw it again. And that time I think I bought like 8 bags. I stash things away. I have what's called a stash cabinet. So that's kind of where I load up on things and I stash it away. Speaking of central Pennsylvania delicacies, if you will, I ordered what some might call a pallet of gazebo room dressing. Shout out gazebo room, great Greek dressing. So that goes in my stash away cabinet. So yeah, it's a nice cabinet to have. If you don't have a stash away cabinet, get yourself one. Just a little personal slice of heaven for yourself. Anyway, so I was like, okay, I'm at the local store. Let's calm down. Let's breathe. Let's breathe here. And I think I like started talking to like every employee I could find about the chips. I'm like, oh, when'd you get these in? Oh man, did you order these? What's going on with you? And no one had any idea. They're like, I don't know. I mean, they came in and somebody put them out and I've never seen them before. But anyway, that's all to say. I go back yesterday. This was about a week or two ago, or no, maybe like 10 days ago. I go back yesterday and there's even more. Meaning this was no fluke. No. Coincidence? I think not. But not only was there more, they had a display, an Utz display, one of those cardboard ones. So I'm thinking it might be here to stay. And here's the thing, I'm not just buying these to hoard them. I want those sales. I want the manager to come in, put on his glasses, pull the sales report, and just salivate at the amount of sales he's getting on these chips. And maybe it'll catch on. Maybe people will start catching on. It's truly a glorious time to be alive if you're in my neighborhood and value a good potato chip. All right. Okay. Enough with that. Oh, well, before we move on, speaking of Central Pennsylvania legacies, now that we're on it, here's another one. Martin's potato rolls. Ooh, great roll. I mean, look, if you're in the area, it's just a staple. You know it. It's not even something you even think twice about. But out here, we do get them out here. There's a place. It's a butcher shop. I've shouted them out before. It's a butcher shop. It's called McCall's. They sell Martins, and I went in there the one time, and like I said, you open the door and you're just blown away. I did not expect it. It's the first time I saw them out there, so it is nice. They overcharge a bit. They price up, but it's nice to know that you can go and get a good roll if you want it. So if I'm making a burger, I'll splurge and get the good roll. But there's like burger pop-up trucks that now have the Martin's roll, and it's like this like hipster, I don't know, it's like a hipster roll thing, which I don't know. I mean, good for them. You always got to support Martin's, but it's kind of getting adopted by some shady folk, if you will. I don't know. We'll have to set them straight. All right, man, that's enough. So yeah, I have about 10 bags of Utz in my stash cab. Yeah, you got to get the stash cab going. Oh man, that's crisp. Got nothing special. Just got my mug filled up a little bit here. All right. Big day all around. Eagles aren't playing, but it's a whiteout. It's a whiteout up in Happy Valley, Penn State whiteout. Man, I cannot wait. They're playing Oregon. Both teams are ranked high. It's gonna be great. I can't wait for it. That has to be like up there in one of the greatest sports experiences. And I mean, that's bucket list. And not only that, I mean, a ranked team. So we got the number 3 in the nation, Penn State Nittany Lions, against the number 6 Oregon Ducks. Oregon Ducks 4-0. The Penn State Nittany Lions are 3-0. I don't know why I'm saying that. Penn State Nittany Lions. Reading off the Google here, but man, I'm pumped for that. Yeah, that's bucket list. I mean, maybe we got to make that happen. Maybe if this podcast picks up, we can join Pat McAfee and Dave Portnoy at Big Game Day. Oh man, wishful thinking, but that's gonna be great. That's today at 4:30 Pacific time, 7:30 Eastern Standard. So I'm looking forward to that. And that's like. So the quarterback Drew Allard, I feel like it's a put up or shut up for him, right? Because like the whole MO of Penn State for the last, I don't even know how long is, there's this team, they stay ranked, they're undefeated till they see Ohio State, till they see Michigan, till they see a good team, and then it's like, oh no, one loss, two loss. I think it's time for him to cement his legacy, to not even cement it to Drew Aller, to build it, to build that legacy, not cement it. But we'll see. It'll be fun, man. Crazy. There's that clip. I think it was 3 years ago. I've been listening to it. It's the Michigan game, the whiteout Michigan game. The Mo Bamba clip where it's so loud, and then they start playing Mo Bamba as Michigan's taking the field, and they simply just cannot. The offense cannot deal with it. They have to call a timeout. Like timeout before even snapping the ball once is insane. So man, I'm looking forward to that electricity. I'll snap a bit. Here's what I think I'm going to do, and I can already hear the judgment coming. Obviously, we're going to snap open a bag of that Utz. Oh, and I forgot to mention when I went back, they had the blue bag, the Ruffles, the plain Ruffles, classic. Get some of that with some French onion dip. Here's what I'm going to do though. I think main course wise, party meatball sub, a little marinara. Not. I could have made little small meatballs homemade. Yeah, I could have. But sometimes you just want to be a cheap date. You know what I mean? You want to feel. They're good, man. They're terrible for you, and they don't take effort, and it's a cheap way out. But man, just one of those party meatball subs. And I got the Amoroso roll. I'm ready to go. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna get some of that cooking for the old college game day. But okay, enough about that. Let's talk why we're here. The Philadelphia Phillies. Philadelphia Phillies, they since we last talked, I think maybe because last Sunday when we did the post-game pod, they could have wrapped up the NL East. They didn't, and they did it, I believe, the next day. Was it Monday? I think it was Monday or Tuesday. In LA against the Dodgers, they wrap it up. A little bit of a locker room party, and they have the bye. I think they're probably going to finish second seed. I think Brewers would have to lose out. Phillies would have to sweep the Twins. So they won Friday last night. 2 games left, Saturday and Sunday for the regular season. So we'll see. I don't know. I mean, do I see them getting the 1 seed? No, but anything's possible. But we'll see. I'm excited. I think this team looks a little different. I think they're hungry. I think they realize like this might be the last rodeo. I mean, you have Kyle Schwarber, whose situation is up in the air. Is he going to leave? He's not signed past this year. So I think everyone kind of knows it might be the last rodeo. And, the window to this core. I mean, not saying the window of them being competitive, but, this core might get broken up. So we'll see. But I'm excited for the postseason. Red October. I was watching some of those videos. Man, really great. And yeah, let's talk birds. Man, birds are going down to Tampa tomorrow. They're playing the Buccaneers, so that'll be exciting. The Buccaneers have had our number. It's no lie. I mean, it's there. But you got to think. Those last 2 losses, AJ Brown not playing. And I'm not saying that he's going to make or break the game, but you got a guy like that in there, it changes the game. It just changes the whole game. So I'm excited to just go down there. It's going to be hot. I think, what is it? Let's see. It's going to be 90. I think the real feel is, what everyone's talking about. I think it's going to be like 100. Eagles went down Friday. a day early just to get acclimated. Nick Sirianni didn't really talk too much about the strategy there, but I'm assuming it's just to make sure you're there, make sure you're getting, hydrated, make sure, because if you fly down, the day before Saturday, flying dehydrates you, maybe you're tired from the flight, your body's not really catching up. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I don't think it could hurt. I don't think getting down there a day early hurts him. So unless it tires him out, the humidity, but no, I think it's a positive. But we'll see. Yeah, I mean, look, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have had our number. Todd Bowles has been sort of Hurts's kryptonite, if you will, up to this point in his career. So it'll be exciting to see. I mean, they're going to blitz him, I think. I don't know why they wouldn't. It's worked in the past, and I think Hurts is going to be able to take advantage. He's not some spring chicken anymore. This guy's got some experience. He's got some knowledge. I think he's going to be utilizing, Devontae Smith, AJ Brown when they bring the blitz. Toss that bad boy up there. Let's see what happens. And Saquon Barkley could have a bit of a game here, so we'll see. Something's got to give. And I'm excited to see how it looks. I know, everything you're hearing since the Rams game with the slow start in the offense. Got to start aggressive. Got to play to win. Can't play to not lose. Got to play to win. So we'll see how that looks. We'll see if Hurts gives back play calling to KP. There was speculation that, Hurts kind of jaws him out. You can kind of see, and Kevin Petula, the offensive coordinator, can't really even look at him. Doesn't really even look at Jalen in the eyes. He's just kind of like staring forward. So it's speculated that, hey, did he take over play calling? But I don't know. That's not fair. But you never know. I mean, it's all could be coach speak. Oh no, he was Kevin Petula was doing it. He was doing such a great job. When in reality, maybe it was. But I'm not here to speculate. Here's something I see. So Lane Johnson, who went out against the Rams with a stinger. I think it was the next stinger. Let's see. He should be going. It says doubtful, but I don't think that's right. Let's see here. I know the Buccaneers are a little banged up. They're going to be without their star receiver, Mike Evans. And that's great news for us, considering I think we're down to Keely Ringo starting at cornerback 2. And that'll be big for him. I'm excited to see Keely Ringo. I mean, here's a guy. Chris Collinsworth. Keely Ringo, he had a job to win in training camp. I mean, he's kind of the next man up. If you look at those years where we kind of had an influx of, cornerback prospects, which don't get me started, seeing Josh Jobe with the Seattle Seahawks just playing out of his mind. Not playing out of his mind, playing well. Isaiah Rodgers playing out of his mind, who we just let walk out the door. The organization had a lot of faith in Keely Ringo, and I think he disappointed in training camp. You can't beat out Adoree Jackson, which Adoree Jackson's a veteran. I'm not saying that, I don't know what I'm saying. It was there for Keely, and he didn't win the position. Kind of disappointing. And I think they were disappointed. I know all the fans were disappointed. I don't think anybody wanted Adoree Jackson to be, the starting cornerback 2 going into the season. And, he hasn't really done much to dispel any sort of doubt. And he hasn't done anything to prove that he could handle. It's kind of been a bum. So I really hope, Ringo comes in and seizes the opportunity. And I like Ringo. I mean, he's great on special teams. He showed flashes in his young career. And I hope he seizes the moment. And, maybe we don't go back to Jackson. Unless they have the stance of you can't lose a job to injury. Some teams do that. I don't think the Eagles really subscribe to that. I mean, I think it's sort of a hot hand sort of thing. So we'll see. In other injury news, man, this one kind of shocked us midweek. Eagles placing Nolan Smith on IR along with Ja'Cory Bennett and who was it? Darius Cooper. Yeah, the Nolan Smith one. I mean, that'll be interesting. That'll be really interesting. That's a shame. I think it's the same tricep injury that he tore. I don't think it was a tear necessarily this time. It doesn't require surgery. None of the injuries required surgery across the board for these three. But yeah, I guess he. I don't know. I don't know if he irritated it. I don't know if he. I'm no medical expert here, but it's the same. It's the same tricep. So man, we'll get him back. I think 4 weeks. He should be back 5 weeks here. So interesting. You got to look at that edge depth. Zadarius Smith will step in and in his place, which I saw a clip. Man, I saw a clip recently, and I must have missed this. Zadarius Smith, I think he had a sack. He had a sack against the Chiefs, and he paid homage to our boy Fletcher Cox. He does the old belly crawl, the old army crawl. So that was cool. I completely missed that, and that was cool to see. But yeah, so he'll be in there. I think what is he's been in on, like, when he was in, he's like nickel downs, but I think he's going to be, seeing more than that. So we'll see that. And people were speculating too, with the Eagles keeping so many defensive edge players, that maybe they knew Nolan Smith's injury was bothering him a little more than he was leading on, or maybe more than they were leading on, or they were going to see what happens. I mean, I doubt if it was anything they knew could cause, further injury or danger, they would have trotted him out. I don't think the Eagles do that, but maybe they just kind of knew, hey, this is going to be touchy. We're going to see how it goes, and it bothered him, and it didn't, he couldn't play through it. So maybe they knew, but either way, I think, let's see, on the Bucs side as well. Oh, and then on our side still, we had Zach Bond, man, rocking that huge knee brace in practice. Campbell, he's listed as triceps as well, but he had a sleeve on his knee and was kind of watching practice. So we'll see. Looks like both of them are full participants on Friday, so they should be good to go. Looks like Chris Godwin on the Buccaneers side, he'll be good to go. Mike Evans, like we said, is down. Baker Mayfield was questionable, but he's gonna go. That guy's a baller. I don't mind Baker. I think anytime you get drafted to a franchise like the Browns, I mean, you saw how they, like, with Manziel and Mayfield, they draft these like number one prospect quarterbacks and just ruin them. I mean, not saying Manziel didn't ruin himself, but I feel like Baker was kind of put into a weird situation. He bounces around, ends up in Carolina. I saw a photo of him. He was on, I think, the like scout team rushing the passer in Carolina. That's how they were using him. So, I mean, this guy was dead to rights. Now gets a call. The Rams, I forget what was this, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, or something at this point. They need a quarterback, prontissimo. They call up, they get Baker. I think he goes in there and wins a primetime game with less than a day notice. I mean, they called him up and he was suited and slinging. I think it was like 24 hours, something crazy like that, to where it's like, how did you do that? Yeah, that kind of brought his stock up. Teams take notice. And he lands in Tampa Bay. So, I don't knock that story. I think, anyone, has to respect that, but not on Sunday. Not on Sunday. So he's a baller, dude. He's going to ball. I mean, he's going to make plays. I think we just got to stay hydrated. I mean, like, it's like, I think it's overstated at this point, but I don't know. I mean, everyone makes a big deal about it. It's hard to like perform when it's that humid and hot. So we'll see. I think we just got to stay. I think offense needs to sustain some drives, keep the defense fresh. You can't have the defense out there looking to get tore up by Baker Mayfield. You just can't have it. Offense is going to have to execute, going to have to be efficient, going to have to start fast. I think, the message has been, let's start fast, let's be aggressive. So yeah, I think that's what's got to happen. Yeah, I'm excited. It'll be a good game. Food wise, I don't know what we're doing. I don't think anything. Probably just heed back, heed back. Take it easy. We'll see. It's a 10 a.m. game, so can't be doing too much. All right, guys. Well, let's get out of here. We got stuff to do. It's the whiteout. We gotta put up some streamers. Gotta get the crock pot going. Just kidding. There will be no streamers. Probably not even a crock pot. I'll probably use this Le Creuset. One of those pots. Just put it all in there. All right, guys. Let's do. Did we cover everything? Let me look. I think we got everything. Oh, brewery related news. I just saw like some other notes. Iron Hill, big regional brewery out there. Philly area, Harrisburg area, I think they have a location in Lancaster I went to. But man, just shut the doors. They shut down a few locations and then midweek just sent out a notice to all their employees, hey, it's done. So crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. All right, guys, let's get out of here. Let's see, final prediction, final score prediction. I have Bucs. This is tough, man. This is tough. I mean, this is a true test. And do you think my pause is giving any sort of lack of confidence? No. That's not it. I have the Bucs 17, Birds 20, 24. Bucs 17, Birds 24. That's final. Put it in. Let's go. Go Bucs.